Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard. Well, good Monday morning, and thank you for tuning in to the Color Outside the Box podcast with your hostess, Princess Miller, and we are here. We're back in the studio with Miss India Davis. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I am so excited because today we're going to talk about following your passion into entrepreneurship. And Miss India owns a company that's called
Blendia by India. Is a skincare and hair care line, but I work with lots of clients that have sensitivities.
Okay.
So eczema, travascular, psoriasis, and the list goes on. Gluten issues, the list goes on.
Okay. And so, Miss India, tell us, how did you get started in this?
Okay, so let's back up. This whole time I was an entrepreneur, I never knew it. Okay. I'm gonna just put it that way. I used to find different ways to kind of just help me pay bills through college and everything. I was working, but, sometimes working can only give you what you need, and sometimes not even that. So when I was back in college, I used to retwist locks and style them. Mm-hmm. I did that on the daily, and then I had these little bitty business cards and passing them on campus. And then when I went to grad school at Tuskegee, I was the bakery lady.
Okay.
So everyone in our complex and apartment ended up going to our apartment, would come to our house, and I have hours of operations on the door.
Awesome.
Because I was doing my thesis and stuff at the time, so sometimes I needed my time to study, and I put the time to operations on the little piece of paper, typed it up, printed it out, put it on a piece of paper, and put it on the door. And everybody would come to the house. I'll make really crazy cupcakes, Oreo cupcakes, cheesecake cupcakes, Reese's Pieces, anything you can think of. And I make it to a cupcake, make the same thing with the cookies, made cool brownies, and everybody just came to the house. And I used to do that. And I was like, man. And now I went into skincare because I have sensitivities. My whole life, I couldn't go to Bath and Body Works. The only soap I could use was a Dove sensitive soap. Mm-hmm. And the only lotion I can use was raw shea butter.
Okay.
But even with raw shea butter, it was getting sticky. I was in a band and stuff, so I was sweating all the time. It just sweat off. Mm-hmm. And then I was trying to go natural at the time, so my hair was all over the head, girl. They pretty much cut my hair till I was bald. I had a little inch of hair on top. And so I had all these issues. It said dandruff in my hair because it was just dry. Nothing would work. Mm-hmm. My skin was irritating. I used to tell people my elbows was so dry and sharp you can cut glass. That's what I used to tell people. It was that bad. So I started making my own products. About 2014. I can't keep up with the years no more. And making my own products and stuff. I started off with making me a moisturizer. Mm-hmm. So I made me, which is now my all natural body butter. Okay. That's helping with scars and everything. And I made it basically for my elbows because it was so bad. And then I actually went into trying to figure out soap. I didn't want to make soap with a soap block and melting it and pouring anything. That junk break me out. So I had to learn how to make soap the old-fashioned way with the sodium hydroxide and everything. That's the best soap you're ever going to get is when you make it with the sodium hydroxide, because the sodium hydroxide does not stay in the soap. It goes into a process of I forgot the name of the process that it goes into, but it basically turns a liquid into a solid.
Okay.
So the sodium hydroxide gets evaporated out the soap, and it's for a chemical process to actually turn the liquid soap into a solid.
Okay.
So when you get the bar, it's all butter and oil. but the sodium hydroxide has helped with the transformation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so I made this stuff, just making it for myself. My skin was great. I was happy. And then I started to give it away for Christmas gift. Because at the time, I don't have any money. I'm just doing stuff for myself. I don't really like buying my family Christmas gifts because sometimes they picky. So if I make stuff from hand, they always love it.
Okay.
So I scared them out, and it was like my mom and my aunt was like, "Oh my God, why you not selling this and that?" And my aunt, she drives school buses for Davidson, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm telling everybody." It's like, "Okay, auntie, you know my head, whatever. I'm just making it for myself." She came back to me with 7 orders.
Okay.
And then I was like, my mom's like, "You might as well go into business. You've been doing it anyway." So I took a gamble. So my first year in business was 2017. 17. And got my LLC myself. Got my business license for the city and the county myself. And next thing I know, I started seeing results from people. I started off with friends and family, you know how most businesses do, and then we just kind of just grow off of that. And people was showing me before and after pictures of their skin. The stretch marks was going away. I had a girl that was pregnant. She had the worst case of stretch marks I have ever seen. It was so dark they looked like they was almost black. And I lightened my body butter, lightened that up. I have people that had eczema and stuff, and that was helping with their skin, reducing it. One lady was using my soap and my body butter for her child with eczema, and ended up helping her with that. And the child was taking medicine, and I guess something with the air and stuff was triggering her eczema every time. Wow. So with eczema, if the skin is dry and not properly moisturized, that's when they have flares. And also sometimes if the air is too dry, not humid, but if it's too dry, they can have flares as well with that. And the lady was buying it. She was like, "Indy, I kind of reduced her medicine a little bit because she didn't even need it half the time because she was using your soaps and stuff." And all these success stories I was hearing kind of kept me motivated. And now I'm at a level that, my business still growing. It's not to the point I want it to be. But when I look back 3 years ago, I'm just like, wow, I've never thought something as my aunt's just like, "Hey, I'm going to go sell this." Okay, auntie, like
your first sales team.
whatever you say. And now I shipped out to Guam on Christmas. And I was like, "What?" You know me, I had to Google it. Hold on, where's Guam now? Is that the U.S. territory? And do I have to charge for, international stuff? And it was in the U.S. and I shipped it. The girl got in like 4 days, and she took a picture of it. And I was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like, it's so mind blowing that I'm shipping to like places that I never thought I was shipping to, And it's like, guys, like people are really liking my products to the point that it's getting bigger, and I'm just like, all right, well, guess it's time to move up a little bit. I got my trademark because I created my name. I created the name of the company. I basically took the word blended and put India in it, and it came out to be Blendia. My line sister actually came. She's like, "Just name it Blendia." I was like, "How would you spell that?"
Yeah.
So I told her, I said, whenever I get to the point of me becoming, I get my first meal, I said, "Girl, I'm flying you to the company, and we just gonna just have a chill day." So because I said, you came up with the name, and now everybody's calling me Blendia. People don't even call me India anymore. They just call me Blendia. I'm just like, okay.
You have become your brand.
I have. And it's good. It's a good feeling. I never would have saw myself like this 3 years ago. Because the first year, you kind of give it a gamble. Most people that has businesses, it's like, I don't know if I really want to go into this. I'm going to just give it a thing, but I want to do everything legal. So I went and got my business license for the city and the county. Got my not my trademark, but I got my business license for the city and the county and my LLC. Paying the taxes and everything. Talk to the revenue. And for somebody who's I don't even have a business degree. My degree is in chemistry and animal science. So I know all the research stuff. That's the fun part for me. But this business world is a whole nother world.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh my God. Everybody that owns a business drink.
I don't.
You don't drink?
No.
Oh, wow. You're the first person I met that don't drink.
There are a lot of us out there that don't drink, that own businesses.
I've never...
I drink.
Oh, well, you got your fuel. All of us drink coffee and Mountain Dew. I had my coffee this morning. God, you're the first person, because everybody else I know, they drink. It's like, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. And they come to the bar and see me. It's like, okay, well, let's talk about this. And it's a great feeling, especially when you start networking and everything. Gosh, it's a good feeling. Because it's like you talking to people that you never thought you would talk to.
Have you thought about, and I know we're supposed to be talking about following your passion into entrepreneurship, but have you thought about going to these hair places and trying to get your products in there?
Oh, yeah, I do. I got my products in a few hair places in Mobile.
Okay.
Not a lot, just like one or two. And then I'm in Virginia Health Foods on Dolphin Street. I got my own shelf in there.
Okay.
I'm starting to get a little bit more out there. And I go to a hair show, a hair expo in Birmingham. Mm-hmm. I went 2 years ago. Pretty much sold out everything except one bin. And I had 7 bins, like the big ones. Okay. And then the guy loved me and stuff so much that they want me to come back this year.
Awesome.
So I'm kind of getting myself out there. You know, you can, with a businessman, you gotta gamble a lot. Mm-hmm. You gamble a lot of time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of nights where you don't go to sleep. I mean, you know, I was sharing with India before we got started. I just had this idea Sunday night because I was doing this presentation for this program, and I knew they were going to go to my website. I hadn't worked on my website since 2015. Oh, wow. So I said, you know, I need to really update my website. So it was 10 o'clock Sunday night. I said, I'm going to put 2 hours and work on my website, and you know, I'll finish it up before my presentation. Mm-hmm. Started working on the website, and mind you, it's always harder to work on your brand.
Oh, yeah.
When you're working on somebody else's stuff, it's a lot easier. Ideas come, but when you're working on your brand,
you never know what you want.
Yes.
You know, you always try to think of it beyond your expectations.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that feeling.
So I was sitting there, and I told my husband, he was sitting there playing his game, waiting on me to go to bed. And I told him, I said, babe, I'm going to work on this website for 2 hours, and I'm coming to bed. He said, okay. So I started, and I had already had 2 drafts that I was playing around with throughout last year. And so I sat there and redid the entire website, launched it, worked on SEO, and when I looked up, it was 6:30 in the morning, and it was, you know, get time to get the kids ready to go to school, and so I didn't get into bed till 7:30, 7:45 that Monday morning. But that passion drives you.
Oh my God, yes it does.
It'll wake you up in the middle of the night. It'll keep you from going to sleep.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to get it out because you know, I really and truly believe entrepreneurship is going to help a lot of us get to the next level financially. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a 9-to-5. I've had a 9-to-5. I've had several 9-to-5s. But when you have that passion to go into business for yourself, especially when you're in that transition phase where you're working your 9-to-5 and you're coming home and you're working on this dream, this passion, you know, you'll go without sleep. You'll go without eating. You'll go, you know, so you do whatever you have to do. But I really and truly believe that it's all designed to take you to the next level financially.
Yeah.
I was at a conference last year, and the speaker was saying that there were multiple waves of finances in this country. And he said the last wave that's going to produce the greatest amount of millionaires will be entrepreneurship.
Oh, wow.
There are going to be so many entrepreneurs. They're going to, you know, in this last couple of in these next few years, and this was August of 2019, that we're going to start, you know, emerging, because, you know.
Well, a lot of people are starting to shift over from the big companies and the corporations, and they're going into these small business and these, like, well, not small business, because some people are a little bit bigger, but, you know, like more, I guess I would say more personal businesses. And it's just, the way they treat